What's up, people? Welcome to the African Fighters. Today we'll be looking at another interesting fight card, UFC Fight Night or UFC Vegas 69, going down today, Saturday, 18th February 2023. Let's take a look at this incredible card. The main event, Jessica Andrade versus Blatchfield. So this card is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a fascinating card. I'm going to walk you through some of the top fight in this card, and also I'm going to look at the main fight, like you all know, the fight involving an African. We're going to be looking at Themba Gorimbo fighting, making his UFC debut and fighting a top fighter in AJ Fletcher. So now let's jump straight into this. I'll walk you through the card, and then we'll look at the fight of interest. So yeah. So UFC Fight Night, Jessica Andrade versus Blatchfield. It's going to be a great card. You can see the main event, number 3 ranked women flyweight Jessica Andrade from Brazil taking on Erin Blatchfield, number 10 ranked American. In the co-main event, we have another interesting fight, the light heavyweight bout between Jordan Wright and Zach Pauga. Zach Pauga, for you guys who have been following the Ultimate Fighter, he was the guy who fought in the finale against Kamaru Usman's younger brother, Muhammad Usman. Muhammad Usman defeated him for the trophy, for the title, and Muhammad Usman became the top 31, I think. Yeah, out of 30. Ultimate Fighter 30 finale winner. So Zach Pauga is making his UFC debut as well. So that is why I'm noting this fight. It's a fight to see. He's also a very good talent. Also, another fight to look out for is in the lightweight division, Jim Miller, legend, taking on Alex Hernandez, another top prospect who seen by many to be a future star in the lightweight division. So now going to the prelims, I'm also going to look at another fight, very, very interesting fight, light heavyweight division. OSP Vincent Pereira taking on Felipe Lins, the Brazilian. So this is going to be a very, very interesting fight as well. OSP is a Haitian taking on the Brazilian. So the biggest fight for me as an African is the welterweight bout between AJ Fletcher versus Themba Gorimbo. AJ Fletcher is an American taking on Themba Gorimbo, the Zimbabwean. This fight is going to be a classic fight. We're going to look at a tale of the tape and some key details here. But before going to this, before going to tale of the tape, I'm going to take a look at some few informations here. You can see Themba Gorimbo, and we can see AJ Fletcher, but I'm going to go to topology. We're going to look at topology to see some key information about these fighters. Let's start with AJ Fletcher. AJ Fletcher, as you can see, has a record of 9-2. The nickname the Ghost. AJ Fletcher is 5'10", has a reach of 67-inch reach, fighting out of Gladiator Academy. He last fought in the UFC in 2022. He's currently on a two-fight losing streak. He has won 3 of his last 5 fights, fighting out of Lafayette, Louisiana. So this is going to be a nice fight, tough fight. So as you can see, some key stats here. AJ Fletcher has won 4 of his fights by KO. He has never lost by KO or by submission. He also won 4 of his fights by submission, and he won 1 of his fights by decision. His 2 losses happened in the UFC. He was undefeated before the UFC. His 2 losses happened recently, back to back, and he lost both fights by decision. AJ Fletcher is a durable fighter. He came into the UFC via the Contender Series in 2021, and in 2022 he fought twice and he lost both fights. As you can see on the screen, he lost to Matt Semi Beggar, and also lost to the Congolese Ange Lusa. He lost to Ange Lusa in a fight that was very, 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 very tough. AJ Fletcher absorbed a lot of beating. At a point in time, people were expecting the ref to call off the fight, but Ange Lusa kept on going, throwing hands, and he won the fight by decision. So this is a big fight for AJ Fletcher, welcoming the newcomer Themba Gorimbo. Themba Gorimbo, former EFC welterweight champion, making his UFC debut. AJ Fletcher needs a win. He needs to bounce back, and Themba Gorimbo needs to make a statement. So you can see why this fight is a fascinating one, an interesting fight. So AJ Fletcher has fought at the regionals in the US, Fury Fighting Championship, Atlas Icon Fighting Championship, Contender Series before getting to the UFC. So not so much experience from his fight. You can see 11 fights in total and 9 wins. So, but he is a well-rounder or an all-rounder fighter. So let's go to take a look at Themba Gorimbo stats. Themba Gorimbo, the answer from Zimbabwe, who migrated due to crisis in Zimbabwe. He moved to South Africa, started out training mixed martial arts, and became the EFC welterweight champion. Themba Gorimbo has a record of 10-3. Themba Gorimbo is currently on a one-fight winning streak. He last fought in June 2022 at also the Fury Fighting Championship. He's 32 years old. He is 6 foot tall, 2-inch taller than AJ Fletcher, has a longer hand reach as well, 76.4 inch. So he has the advantage in the height and also in the reach. He's fighting out of Masvingo, born in Masvingo, Zimbabwe, fighting out of Johannesburg, UMF, Ultimate MMA Fitness. I think that is it. That is the gym in Johannesburg. Themba Gorimbo is an incredible fighter. Like I say, one fight winning streak. He has 4 wins in his last 5 fights. He lost his recent losses against Henderson Ferreira at UAE Warriors in 2021. He lost the fight via decision despite sustaining a dislocated shoulder in the first round. Themba Gorimbo pulled through the fight and ended up losing on points to Henderson Ferreira. A lot of people questioned his capability, questioned his ability to compete at the highest level. But he went on to fight at Fury Fighting Championship 65, where he defeated a veteran in Julio Rodriguez. He won that fight via unanimous decision. He dominated the fight from start to finish. The Themba Gorimbo is a fighter to look out for. Fascinating fact here, I didn't mention, he has 1 win by KO, 6 wins by submission, and 3 wins by decision. Out of his 10 victory, 60% of his wins are by submission. Incredible. Themba Gorimbo is a submission expert. His submission, his best submission is the triangle choke or the Wellington choke, or his most favorite, the Amber. So this is what AJ Fletcher should be looking out for. AJ Fletcher has never lost by KO, has never lost by decision, submission. So Themba Gorimbo may be going in there to look for submission. So let's go to look at the tail of the tape. You've seen I've gone through this number before. Themba Gorimbo has height advantage, 2-inch taller, has reach advantage as well, about almost 5-inch longer hand reach advantage. For the leg reach advantage, I believe similar as well. You can see it's not stated here because Themba Gorimbo is making his debut, but I believe he should be having a leg reach of about 40 inch as well. He has a longer leg reach or around 39 inch as well. Assumption, I'm not 100% sure. So Themba Gorimbo, let's look wins by. Wins by, you can see AJ Fletcher has wins, has 44% winning ratio by KOTQ, which is 4 wins by KOTQ. Also, he has 4 wins by submission, 44% KOTQ, and also he has 1 win by decision, which is 11%. Themba Gorimbo, I mentioned that earlier, 1 KOTQ, 10%, 60% submission, 6 submission wins, and 3 decision wins. Themba Gorimbo has finished 4 fights within the first round, whereas AJ Fletcher has finished 6 fights within the first round. So you can see this is fascinating stats. They match themselves up. It's a perfectly match up fight. The matchmakers did a very good job with this fight. Although I feel AJ Fletcher has experience a little bit in the UFC, has experience overall, has fought some top level opponents. Themba Gorimbo also in his journey coming up, I think has fought decent opponents as well. So when it comes to it's a very good matchup stylistically. AJ Fletcher, for me, I think he has advantage in the stand-up. His how do I put it? He's a well-rounded fighter, has good striking, good submission skills as well, and also can take the fight on point. Whereas Themba Gorimbo has specialty in the grappling department, also has some powerful hands, can also knock you out, and also can take the fight to decision and win on point as well. So this is interesting. So for me, I think let's see if there's more stats, more information. So we can only see stats for AJ Fletcher and not for Themba Gorimbo because UFC only records stats of their own fights. So you can see the reason why. So I will not go into this so much details. I'm just going to go straight to my prediction. So I think Themba Gorimbo had a height massive advantage on his head. He has fought 13 fights total in MMA, even though he fought predominantly in EFC. He has a fight experience as well. He has fought at UAE Warriors. He has also fought at Fury Fighting Championship. So I think he has fight experience, diverse fight experience, similar to AJ Fletcher. So I think when it comes to experience, they have equal experience. When it also comes to the height and reach advantage, I give it to Themba Gorimbo. And when it comes to finishing the fight via submission, I think Themba Gorimbo is a better submission expert and has decent grappling or good grappling and also good wrestling as well. So I think Themba Gorimbo can win this fight via decision, and he can also win this fight via knockout as well. He has a knockout power. But I see the clearer path to victory for Themba Gorimbo is going to be via submission and via decision on point. AJ Fletcher can also win this fight by knockout, has powerful hands, knockout power. He can also win by submission, and also not really by decision. He has lost out on decision 2 times already. And AJ Fletcher has the pressure on his back. He has to win this fight. If he loses this fight, it's going to be 3-fight losing streak. Themba Gorimbo is coming to the UFC, his dream, finally realizing his dream. To the UFC, he called himself the future UFC welterweight champion. So he has to come in here and prove his name, prove that he is a champion out of Africa, or he was a champion out of Africa, and he is ready for the big stage, the big league. So it's going to be a fascinating fight. And this fight is going to be the second fight of the night. So you don't want to miss this fight. So I think AJ Fletcher can win this fight by knockout. When it comes to submission or decision, I favor Themba Gorimbo. But finally, I'm going to make my pick. I'm not going to hang in the middle. Themba Gorimbo finishing this fight submission in the second round or win on points via unanimous decision or majority decision. So here you have it, guys. That is my prediction. UFC Vegas 69 tonight. Make sure to tune in and watch this fight. You don't want to miss this fight. So guys, here you have it from myself and the team of African Fighters. Make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, turn on post notification. See you some other time. Peace out. Bye for now. The African Fighters. Come on, Africans!